Mistake. Hey guys, good evening, beautiful Facebook family.
Greetings and salutations.
This is Manny Chamiso, also known as the Alkalized Man. Behind the screen is Evelyn, Hydration Angel, and we came live just because some people have some questions, so we're just gonna answer some of those. All right, so we are live on TikTok. 3, 2, 1, now. How's everyone doing?
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are having a beautiful evening. Evelyn and I decided to go do a live today to do a Q&A. Let me see. What I'm going to be also doing at the same time is I'm going to have my phone over here to help answer some questions so I can see the questions. And also, Evelyn is going to be looking at the questions from TikTok or from the other one.
I'm gonna check YouTube just in case.
All right. So let's see.
How you guys doing? Good evening, guys.
Okay.
I see a lot of people commenting. I see a lot of people saying things they hear say and repeat, so we have some answers.
Yes.
Yesterday, we were so blessed to meet up with a molecular biologist who actually loves our water. And I was bringing up some people's concerns about pH, about stomach acid. There were like so many things, and she is like, I don't even understand what they're asking. Like, really?
Yes.
It makes no sense to her. Like when you're drinking the water, the body is absorbing the water and it goes to your bloodstream. I have the video, I have the interview, so I'm going to be posting that soon.
So one of the big things that we've been going through this so far this week, today is going to be a little bit on the mild. Tomorrow I'm going to keep going into it. So basically, the big question that everyone was asking is, what is the best bottled water? And I bought a lot of bottled water just for this Q&A. And tomorrow, I'm going to go through our local brand, Carlsbad Water. And because, let me give you a summary of what's already happened. Yesterday, we went through the Hawaiian brands. And we received some very shocking information. Very, very, very shocking information, especially this one. I tested this guy 7 years ago when I first got into my structured water, my alkali structured water. And this performs pretty well in the sense of pH. And yesterday I was not too happy. I'm going to edit a video tomorrow or tonight to see if I can release it tonight. And I'm also going to edit another video tomorrow. And a lot of the stuff that I've been posting is on TikTok on my channel. And Evelyn's been downloading them and also putting it on hers. So I'll show it to you guys so you guys can see what's going on.
That's Manny's TikTok account, Alkalized Man. It's a little bit blurry. There you go. If you guys can follow him, that would be amazing to give this amazing message support. And if anyone has questions about our water, that's my Instagram. Okay,
Yes.
guys. Yes, true. 33 Kurt wants good water. Okay, guys. So some of the questions that we have, one of them is about Manny not being an aerospace engineer. That's one of the comments I see coming up. Why an aerospace engineer is educating about water? So, Manny.
Okay.
Tell us about you so they get to know.
Sure. So, let me see. Yeah. Well, I graduated from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Daytona Beach, Florida. And I graduated back in 2007. And ever since then, I've been working up in New Hampshire with with Aerostat Avionics, dealing with testing for production, testing for designs, testing, a lot of document writing, and so on and so forth. And that was the beginning of my testing career. But also, that was the beginning of my Kasuga Jiu-Jitsu adventures, learning martial arts, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, but also got into salsa dancing. And that's also where I was not really caring about my health, and I ate whatever I ate. And because of that, I got to a particular point in my life where, because of all the salsa dancing, I was deteriorating my body. And there was a point where, when I went into a seiza position, pretty much sitting on your knees, during my jiu-jitsu, I tore my meniscus. And at the end, so when I was going into a seiza position, I heard a loud pop. And I didn't realize what that was. I thought my knee just did something weird. Honestly, it did. And it was still working. It's like, okay, there's no big deal. And at the end of the jiu-jitsu class, all of a sudden my leg just swelled up. I'm like, what the hell is this? So after finding out what was going on, I found out that I tore my meniscus. And I decided, okay, I'm going to try to do what I can to try to heal up the meniscus. So I started doing my own little research, because as
all this before the water, right?
Oh yes, way before structured water. So I started learning more about the knees, and after talking to my sensei told me to talk to this herbalist guy. He's all about homeopathic methods of healing the body and so on. And he also had a health food store. So I went to his health food store and also found out that he's also a survivalist. So he can go butt naked into the forest and come out fully clothed, wearing furs and things. This guy was a survivalist. So I went to his store. I asked him some questions. He said, okay, go look up this. So I looked it up. I did my research. And the first thing he got me on was alkaline versus acidic foods. Then I went back to him. I told him my research and whatnot. And then he says, okay, look into nightshade vegetables. I'm like, okay, what's the big deal about nightshade vegetables? It draws calcium from the bones. I'm like, what? So I started doing research on that. Found out more information about that. And then after talking with him, he goes, okay, now look into Sally Fallon and the Weston A. Price organization. So I bought a few of Sally Fallon's books. Started to find out all these different things about nutrition, the traditional tradition. And then I started looking into what Weston A. Price was all about. And they would say he's the father of nutrition, where he started to do all this different research on different cultures that have not been modernized and how they were bred, in a sense of what their food was like, and how certain foods will cause them certain dis-ease. So after doing research on that, then having conversations with my first health mentor, then he started going, I went down, I was Allison, went down the rabbit hole. So with the knowledge I was gathering, I was starting to heal my knees. And then after I went to my grandma's funeral, I met her best friend. She was in her 90s, and she was telling me, use castor oil. So she told me how to use castor oil. I started using castor oil on my knee, and my leg will deswell. I'm like, this is freaking awesome. And then using the foods that I was studying on, and then using the castor oil, it took about 5 months or so to heal the meniscus. So I didn't go through surgery. Most people, when they have a torn meniscus, they go to the emergency, then they go through surgery, and then they finish off the tear of the meniscus, and then they put other things in there. I was like, hell no. So ever since then, at that time, I also had, what was it? I had lactose intolerance because I broke my arm, and I thought drinking a lot of milk will give me enough calcium and protein to heal my arm. Completely false. I was doing 2% milk, and I just gave myself another health problem to solve. So, and I was able to solve that with kombucha. Kombucha is the best. So I've been going through all this health stuff while doing my engineering stuff. And as an engineer, especially in the office, if you've been in the office-like environment, there are times on a Friday, you're either someone brings in bagels or someone brings in donuts. And my God, I would eat those fucking donuts like there was no tomorrow. I would gain weight, but I didn't care. And also during those times, I was also partying a lot. I was drinking a lot, beer mostly. And I had fun. We would go out dancing. We will party. I'll drink, eat, be merry. Didn't care. I didn't care. Then once I tore my meniscus, I had to slow everything down. And then ever since then, I started going through all this different research. And during that time, my mom was having her diabetes. And the things I've been seeing as she was experiencing her diabetes, it was actually quite troubling. I'm like, whoa. And it just didn't hit me really hard because during those days, and even nowadays, diabetes is kind of like common. So after going through all this different research and finding out I've solved this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem, this is what's caused this problem, this is what caused this problem, this is what, down the rabbit hole. So as an aerospace engineer, that was the reason why I got into health, was first to heal me, and then the next step was to heal my mom. Then the next step, after I got into with a beautiful relationship with Evelyn, I was helping her. And then as we were moving from state to state because of my aerospace work, we got introduced to structured water. And then after getting into structured water, in a huge impact with all the stuff I've been researching on. Like I said, I started off in alkaline foods versus acidic foods. And when I found out that structured water is alkalized, I was like, what? And then they said antioxidants. My ears peeled up. My eyes was wide open. I said, what? You're telling me there's water with antioxidants? More antioxidants than juice? Yo. So as a health guy at that time, and also experimenting on myself completely and continuously, that's when I said, I have to get into this. I spend a lot of money on water, and I do a lot of studying and a lot of experimentation on my health. And it's helped my mom, it's helped Evelyn, it's helped this person, Ferris, Ron, Alice, big time on
Ferris?
No. Ron's kid. Jesse James. Oh my God, it's helped him. He won one of his pinnacle fights that transitioned him from what was it? He was
He was an amateur
amateur to pro. The water helped him going from amateur to pro because of that one particular fight. He was under the weather during that title fight, that particular fight that transitioned him to professional. Oh, we saved a turtle. That was we helped people with kidney stone. I mean,
no health claims. We've
helped a lot. There's been a lot. So as an aerospace engineer and doing my contracts, I have traveled across the country, literally across the country. And it's one of the reasons why I practice and preach health, because I have seen my fellow engineers die from cancer. They've gone through strokes. I had one lady, because of stress, she was on the verge of a heart attack. My fellow, he was a fellow designer. He went on vacation and then had a heart attack. And then after his vacation, he came back and we had a conversation. He's like, dude, I had a heart attack during my vacation. I'm like, what the freak? It's like, I know. And he was stressed. He was stressed. And then with one of the HR ladies, oh no, she was a configuration management. She was trying to release all these drawings and models and so on for at the time that was Airbus. And she was telling me that her left shoulder and her chest was getting really tight. So after just talking to my buddy Steve, he's like, dude, she's on the verge of having a heart attack, dude. You gotta get it checked. So I started talking to Beverly. It's like, Steve told me, who just had a heart attack during his vacation, he's saying you're on the verge of having a heart attack. So you may want to go to the hospital. Well, she went to the hospital and she asked her doctor. Her doctor said, yes, you're on the freaking verge of a heart attack. Mm-mm. I was like, holy crap. In the aerospace world, especially on the East Coast, the pace of the office is very, very fast. And things need to be released. Everything is fast. Stress skyrockets. It just skyrockets. And when you are under stress every day, your health suffers. And I was seeing some of my friends and my fellow coworkers going through all these different situations. Me, I'm reversing all these different things, but I'm seeing all my fellow engineers, they're falling into these things. And then I go to Chicago. My first day in, I was supposed to be trained by this one tech. And this particular tech was going through chemotherapy. And he was out of the office for 2 weeks. I'm like, I just walked in and one of my fellow coworkers already is going through chemo. It's here. It's at home, dude. So that's why I started doing all this health stuff. I had this one coworker. He's been having diabetes for like 10, 15 years. I even asked him, it's like, do you want some suggestions to help you to decrease the symptoms? No. He was a big guy too. No, I don't care. I've been dealing with this all my life. I don't care. I'm going to die. At least I'm going to die eating. I'm going to die. But I don't care. And I also know, wow. So why did I get into health? I have no choice. Because I'm able to understand a collection of things, I'm able to explain it a particular way, and it's been hitting me left and right at work, at home, at my mom's home, my friends. I got to step up to the plate. If I don't step up to the plate, my people are dropping. So I decided to step up to the plate. Hence why I'm in front of you guys. I'm stepping up to the plate because I don't know what you guys are dealing with. But maybe there's something like a question or something I can suggest, something to look into, or certain foods that's causing a particular situation. Or I love, like, let's say sodas. There's so many people that drink soda. We all know that soda is horrible, but there's a lot of people, they will drink this like tea in Britain. They'll drink this every day for their entire lives. And they start developing all these different diseases. And they don't know how to get out of it. It's like, okay, I'm going to try to cut it out. But all of a sudden, they get pulled back into it. This is the question. Do you like the sweetness or the carbonation? By asking that one question, makes them think. You know, the only reason why I like drinking soda, especially between Pepsi and Coke, is because I like the taste. I like the sweetness of it. Okay, if you like the sweetness, then do lemonade. Lemonade? Yeah, it's sweet. Or you can do hibiscus flower with honey. Oh, yeah, it's nice and beautifully sweet. And it's a tart taste. It's like almost drinking Kool-Aid. You know? I'll try that. If the person says, I'm not that much of a sweet, I love the carbonation. Then I'll tell them, do the kombucha. Why kombucha? Kombucha is carbonated. You can make it carbonated. You can even make your own kombucha, and you can make it carbonated. And lemonade is alkaline forming. Hibiscus flower with honey is also alkaline forming, and also an abundance of vitamin C. And with the honey, you got beautiful enzymes just to help you digest. But then if you're into carbonation, you got kombucha. Kombucha is also alkaline forming. And it's also a probiotic. It's a fermented tea. It's beautiful. By just this one vice, you have two solutions. That's why I do what I do. And this spikes your insulin. It also draws so much calcium from your body. That's why kids are getting their cavities. It's because of drinking this. And if there wasn't this, why are adults having cavities? Because they're drinking this. They're thinking they're getting away from this, but they're actually drinking this. And this is mad acidic. This is almost like, what was it? Like 3 to 2.5. It's pretty acidic. You're sure it's not sweet, but it's an acid, and it draws calcium from your bones.
So every time you drink something acidic, why it draws calcium from your bones?
Okay, that's a very good question. Okay, so when you consume an acid, your body has to deal with the acid.
Examples of acid. So what kind of foods are acid?
This is the easiest one. When you go on Google or whatever search engine, look up alkaline versus acidic foods, food list. You'll get a nice, huge, beautiful list of foods that are alkaline and a lot of foods that are acidic. And you'll start to notice a pattern. A lot of your fruits and vegetables are alkaline forming foods. They are known as alkaline foods. It's made by God. Then you'll notice that the acidic foods is your meats, dairies, processed foods, some nuts. Some nuts are alkaline, some nuts are acidic. Then you have a lot of your sodas are acidic, and anything that man has made, it's a high possibility it's an acid forming. So when you drink something that's acid, and if you guys remember your chemistry back in high school or middle school or so, you have an acid. To neutralize the acid, you need a base. What is in our bodies that's a base? Calcium. We also sometimes use this as a base, which the water bottling industry has used as a base to make it alkaline. And to neutralize the acid for our bodies, it uses calcium. Teeth, our bones, our joints, some of our muscles have some calcium floating around, and that calcium neutralizes the acid. But how much calcium does it need to neutralize this? That is a very big question. And if you haven't noticed, and this is like a little side project for you guys, if you look at older people, or you look at some of the young people, oh yeah, you can see some of the young people where their shoulders move forward and their heads move down. Yeah, you still got the cold things with the computers, but their bones, everything is forming forward. They're getting more fragile. They fall down the stairs, they break something, they're fragile. Older people start getting osteoporosis. It's because the foods that they're eating is still acidic. The body is just drawing more calcium from their bones. And obviously, if your diet doesn't have a lot of calcium, such as green leafy foods like spinach, cauliflower, great, broccolis, kale, collard greens, all your green leafy foods and cauliflower, they have a lot of calcium, magnesium, silica, and other vitamins, manganese, all. When you get those foods in your system, the acid starts to deal with them, except your bones. And then once that calcium is gone, then it starts going towards your bones, your cartilage. That's why some people start developing gout. That's why some people start developing arthritis. That's why some people start developing kidney stones. That's why people are dealing with all these different things. Oh, it's all It comes down to you are what you eat. So what we try to do here is we try to give you the biggest impact real quick, which is the quickest thing that can help you steer you closer towards away from the disease is by the things that you drink.
Someone is asking,
Yes.
Beatrice says, I can't even have any sugar, real or sugar free.
Because a lot of your sugar free, even though it doesn't have calories, it's an aspartame. Aspartame, sucralose, those are neurotoxins. And the craziest part is, even though these have no calories, yet it's a sweetener, your body doesn't even know what to do with it. It's sugar is an energy. Real sugar is an energy. And these chemical sugars that gives you the sweetness but no calories, your body's like,
what is this?
What do I do with this? I can't burn it. It's not a calorie. What do I do with it? I just store it. Store it in the, and this is one big thing. You're not fat. And I know a lot of people, they tell themselves they're fat. No, you guys are not fat. You guys have stored energy. The issue is you guys don't know how to tap into the stored energy. We're so busy eating, drinking, that when you drink water, it also helps to tap into the stored energy. It also helps you to assimilate your vitamins and minerals.
Fat is
It allows
protecting you, right? Fat is covering your toxins, right?
Yeah, so good point, Evan. So the craziest part is, and this is the biggest truth that you guys have to realize too, your body loves you. It loves you so much, it will do what it needs to do to ensure that you survive based on your choices. And when you drink this sugary drink that's like crack cocaine,
Baby.
it fires off the neurons like crack cocaine. Sugar.
Gonna get me shut down my account.
No.
TikTok is very careful with what you say.
Truths. You want good water? Try to be friends or follow Evelyn. We're going to be testing all these different waters. We've been testing these waters. The Hawaiian water yesterday. We've been testing Peregrino.
Fiji.
We tested Fiji like 3-4 times already. We've tested Crystal Geyser. We tested these are bad boys we haven't tested yet. These are the expensive boys. But we'll teach you what is the best water. We know what the best water is. So far, what has worked out for us the most. But we'll teach you the waters.
Beatrice says the sugar causes me so much phlegm and allergies.
Yes. A lot of people don't know this, but when you consume sugar, it, especially depending on what it's associated to as well, when you consume sugar, it does increase inflammation because it's also increasing the cortisol in your body. And mucus is inflammation. It's your body's response in dealing with the inflammation. Dr. Sebi will go into this. His whole thing was about the mucus. And what I focus on is the inflammation because the approach is the same. It's just more of the identification because the mucus is like a physical beam of inflammation, where in my case is I'm identifying the mucus, but I'm also identifying the pain. I'm also identifying the lack of performance. So if you have, like, let's say you have a lot of anxiety attacks, that's because your adrenals are releasing adrenaline because of the cortisol as well as the insulin increase. Because when your body, like let's say you drink this high fructose corn syrup or you eat a food that's not gluten-free, such as cheesecake. I love cheesecake. But when you mix a carbohydrate with a fat, it spikes the insulin. And when the insulin is being spiked, your cell is trying to eat the carb and is trying to eat the fat. If you just had a protein and a carb, it spikes the insulin just a little bit. When you have so you have a carb and a protein, it spikes the insulin a very little bit. That's pretty much fruits and vegetables right there. If you're dealing with a protein and a fat, then that's like meat and nuts and seeds. The cell opens up a little bit, but when the cell is eating a carb and then it's forced to eat a fat, the body releases adrenaline to open up the cell even wider to eat the fat instead of just 1 and 1. It actually has to eat 1 and 2. So so think about it this way. The adrenaline that's forcing the cell to open wider for the extra is pretty much like a drill sergeant telling the cell, open your mouth up right now. I can't really yell because I'm in my apartment, but open your goddamn mouth. And then all of a sudden, the cell opens up. It can only open up so many times till it starts to get tone deaf. When the cell becomes tone deaf, insulin resistance. Your body is pumping even more insulin and more adrenaline to try to force the cell to open, so it's dumping. So you start having these anxiety attacks. And also your experiences, your stresses, your traumas are also going to cause adrenal fatigue because you're releasing so much adrenaline to the point where, and maybe you guys have experienced this, when you go through a particular trauma and you think about that trauma multiple times, you get that feeling. The craziest part is your body is also experiencing that feeling. And because it's experiencing that feeling so many times, it gets to a point where it becomes muscle memory. And then there gets to a time you're not even thinking about it. But all of a sudden, your body has this memory, it releases the emotion. All of a sudden you feel this emotion, it's like, oh my God. And then it triggers that thought. Then it's like, oh, I'm going through an anxiety. But you was just watching a movie of Moonstruck. You was just watching Moonstruck, and all of a sudden you get this anxiety attack. Why? Because of the muscle memory. So there's a combination of things. You have your traumas, you have memories, you have built-in emotions, but also you have foods that's also triggering those emotions too. Because when you're drinking something that stresses out your body all of a sudden goes into a stress mode, and it also releases the memory. So it goes into this vicious cycle. And there are ways of breaking that cycle. And you have two particular ways. This is what I love about this stuff. You have two ways of breaking that cycle. One, you have your thought. And two is what you put into your body. Because the craziest part is, if you have all these negative thoughts, then you're going to go to something that makes you feel happy at the moment. And then it's just going to cause more stress. It just piles you down. But if you're having a good thought, then all of a sudden you're doing, I'll even go even higher. You're having good thoughts, you're at higher vibrations, and you're drinking something of higher vibrations. And what can you get higher than structured water with a crystal in the bottle? That's good stuff. But just that is so health is not just one thing. It's actually a combination of things. And that's what I've been doing all this research on. Your thoughts, your emotions, the foods you eat, the traumas, the activities you do, all these different things has a synergy to it. So even though we kind of like go deep into the water, there's way more to it. Especially those who are spiritually enlightened, even religious, all this stuff makes sense. All of it makes sense because of one concept: love. Love. When you have loving thoughts for yourself, your stress goes down. When you have love for your body, you do not choose this. You try to somewhat choose this, and if you don't know, you'll start choosing this. And then when you start going through these positive thoughts, positive foods, then you're doing positive activities. You're going to the gym, working out. You're going rock climbing. You're going hiking. You're going towards like nature. You're tapping into nature. You're meditating. You're doing yoga. You're doing all these beautiful activities. You're communicating with more people. You're intertwining to positive people. You do rock climbing. You're talking to the people at rock climbing, and all of a sudden you find out all these guys they're all fantastic people. You go to yoga. These are very spiritual people, and they want to get more flexible. They're so welcoming. They're so happy, and they try to help you. It's like, oh, I have questions about this. I mean, your world just changes all because of this, and all because of what you put in. It starts with you. Everything starts with you. But that's why I do this.
Beatrice says that she's having crazy anxiety. It's been through trauma. She lost her baby 2 years ago. I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
Well, one thing, an idea that you can allow this is your baby, and I know it sounds a little bit rough because I almost had a baby sister. But one thing you can kind of say is to yourself is not that they're in a better place, but they have evolved to another location is one way of thinking. Because like some people would say, this is like a matrix of sorts. There's a lot of thoughts in that aspect, but you create your reality. As has been preached, you are made in God's image, which really truly means that not just that you're loved, but you also have the ability to create your reality. And the only way for you to create your reality is by your thoughts, your emotions intertwined. And what assists you to create your reality is obviously what you put in your body, but it all really comes down to is your thoughts. Because if you try to think about the concept, what do you have complete control? You have control over your thoughts, and you have control over your emotions. But then when you even go deeper into that, you have your subconscious mind, and then you have your conscious mind. You have control over your conscious mind. And even that, you have to have multiple positive thoughts to train the subconscious mind. And with the subconscious mind being trained, it will also help to train your heart. And as your heart is being trained, it starts to teach your body. And then your body starts to immunate. So it's more of an acceptance of the current situation, and then having the understanding that you are able to create something better tomorrow. You can create something better in 5 minutes. You can also create something better in 30 seconds. You can create something better in half a second by just this alone.
How will you feel when somebody goes through grieving? And we go through that low vibration emotion?
Yes.
Are we like victim of dark energies trying to take advantage of our current state?
Yes.
Because Jesus himself, he was grieving
when
he lost his best friend.
So the most important thing is it's okay to grieve, because that is love. It's okay to grieve. And by grieving with love and compassion is completely good. But you'll have things saying that negative things that'll keep bringing you down. But when you keep going with the concept of love, and you go with the concept of they may not continue, but you can continue in their name. If you continue in their name, they will be remembered. They will influence your life to become better by your choices. They may not be with you, but they are with you because of your memories. they're not completely dead because of the love and memories you have of them. It may sound corny, but if you have that mindset that you're living with them, they're living through you, and you are going towards something better, something great, because God has created us to have an ability to do something great. We have particular types of talents. And with these talents, it's not just to make us better, but also to help others. Because if you have a talent to talk to people, then your talent is to help to inspire. But the only way for you to inspire is by inspiring yourself, motivating yourself, improving all your different skill sets to help understand certain things. And through your understanding and through your storytelling will help inspire somebody else. I have no idea who, but we all have talents. You have an artist who's amazing, and they create these beautiful portraits or these beautiful sceneries, and when they display it on at a show, and you just have some random person just looks at it and they see this collection of colors, it triggers particular thoughts, it triggers particular emotions, and then it starts to change their frequencies just from the colors and from the thoughts and the emotions that they're experiencing at the moment, just looking at this painting. And all of a sudden, it has impacted them. Because a painting is worth 1,000 words. But for that individual, that particular types of words or picture probably sparked an emotion. Oh, there's a lot. Let's say like this person is good in carpentry. They make furniture. And then they're so skilled in their furniture to the point where it has this beautiful strength. And this couple wanted to find a chair, but every chair that they tried is not comfortable or it breaks. And it doesn't last long. And they found this particular chair. Then they bring it to their home. It's extremely comfortable. And then all of a sudden they start having a little bit of a health complication of some sort. Because of this chair, they feel extreme comfort. Or let's say there's something even, I'll go with like you sit your grandma into this chair and she falls in love with this chair. All of a sudden you get to find out this grandma only visits you once a year. All of a sudden visits you 2 or 3 times a year. But then you start having all these different experiences with your grandma because she's coming more often, where she's seeing your kids. I mean, there's multiple ways of people impacting each other to influence certain things. That's the beauty of the network. It's like someone is going to always influence somebody. Even if you're upset, you're going to influence somebody. That's the beauty of it. Even when you try to keep yourself isolated, you're going to impact somebody. You're going to impact somebody. Someone may just look at that person, man, that dude doesn't talk to anybody. I'm not going to be like that. I got to start talking to somebody. Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing?
Next question. Yes. Beatrice said, I've been drinking water only, but I still have phlegm.
So there are certain foods that's causing the phlegm. And there is a possibility. What type of water do you drink? I'm just curious. Beatrice, what type of water do you drink? Because I'm wondering if the water might be a contributing factor. Because there's a lot of waters that make you thirsty. There's also some waters that also contribute to the inflammation. And I would give you some suggestions, but also one of the most powerful suggestions I would give you is look into structured water. But we're going to try to see if we can help you immediately in a sense of impact. So there are certain waters that are acidic. And I'll give you a simple gist. Where is it?
Just red bottle water, purified drinking water.
It's purified. Okay. Perfect. Because exactly where I was going to go.
This one?
No, that's alkaline. This is purified water.
The Crystal Geyser has red on it. I don't know if that's what she means.
This is purified. And
Crystal Geyser, what is?
Crystal Geyser is spring water.
Purify means what? Distilled?
Yeah. So purified water. I'll show you this because this is going to be the most important part for you. Purified water is acidic. Purified water eats plastic. It's one of the main contributors to phlegm. Phlegm is inflammation. Phlegm is a free radicals. It's abundance of free radicals. So let me show you. I'll show you with the pH what I'm talking about.
Wow, that is really acidic.
So this is an acid. And when you're drinking purified water, it makes your body more acidic, meaning that it's creating more phlegm, it's creating more oxidation, it's creating more inflammation, like I said. But when you drink structured water, it's changing the pH immediately. But then when you're eating your fruits and vegetables and you're still drinking purified water, oh, that's because I'm using the good water. When you're eating your fruits and vegetables, you're getting some of the structured water in the fruits and vegetables. And when you start drinking a lot of purified water, it starts to decrease the alkalinity from the fruits and vegetables. So it's going to keep on building up the phlegm. So I would suggest in this particular case, if you're having phlegm right now, I would say eat some watermelons or juice or eat watermelons, 1 watermelon a day for at least a week to see if it decreases the inflammation. What you could also do, oh, thank you, babe. Yes, I got 2 over here, but yes. What else? Try to see if you can get away from the purified water. The purified water is one of the contributing factors, and that's a lot of it. And this is the kicker. The acidic water is in plastic, and the plastic is BPA, and you're leaching the plastic because the acidic water is eating the plastic. So that nice sharp taste is actually plastic water. And when you're consuming too much BPA plastic, which is also a synthetic estrogen, it's going to increase the estrogen levels, the estrogen hormones in your body. And when your levels of estrogen keeps on climbing, it'll get to the point where it will lead, and you can do your research, of course, it may lead to breast cancer and other types of cancer in the reproductive areas, or more inflammation in the reproductive areas. So try to get away from purified water in plastic water. I would just say get away from purified water, period. Sure, you can put baking soda into it. You can put salt into it, but because it's been sitting in this bottled water between, most likely it's been 3 years or longer, this has already leached so much plastic where it's plastic water. So that's not good.
How about acid water on a glass bottle?
Acid water in a glass bottle, that's fine for chemistry. That's where Roxanne.
Oh, Show Pellegrino. That's in glass.
Oh, yeah. So this, like I mentioned before, this is carbonated water. All carbonated water is an acid. This is around 2.5 to 3.0, and it's in glass. Because it's glass doesn't have much on a chemical reaction. That's why in chemistry sets, it's mainly glass. But when you start putting in this into your body, straight up acid. And I'll show you right here. So we already went with purified water. And I will go with Peregrino. Look at that. That's acid. That's what it does. Kills base.
Okay, Beatrice is asking, where do I get the good water?
The good
How-
water, we can teach you how to make the best water in your house. So you don't have to go to the grocery store anymore. You don't have to be subjected to the empty shelves of missing bottled water during a crisis anymore. So you can literally make the best water at home like we do every day.
Beatrice, make sure to follow me back so we can chat on the messenger here in TikTok, because only if you follow me back, the TikTok allow us to talk to each other. Also, this is my Instagram. You can do a screenshot.
Yes.
And we can talk there as well if you want to do a video call and all of that.
So to answer the question,
TikTok chat doesn't allow to do video calls.
So to answer the question for Beatrice, what water do we? What's the name of the water that we drink? Our system makes structured alkalized water. What that really means, if you Google it or go through Google Scholar or any search engine, it's electrolyzed reduced water, which is water with electrons. And there's a particular brand that we, for ionizers and whatnot, that we would specify, because so far in the market is the only one that has the certified medical device certification. And so far throughout the number of years of research on ionizers, I found only one. There's only two manufacturers out there that make ionizers, and it's Korea and Japan. And a lot of the US brands are actually made in Korea. And when I started going through a list of questions for a lot of the ionizers in the US, I was finding out particular types of information that was not great. In the US, we're about 80%. We're 80% hard water. The ionizer that I purchased works with hard water because I can clean my machine. The other ionizers that's made in Korea, you cannot clean the machine, and they do have a lifetime warranty. So you're wondering, if they have a lifetime warranty, are they actually losing money? No. Because what they don't tell you in their small print is if that machine that has a lifetime warranty, if hard water goes into the machine, the lifetime warranty is gone immediately. And you might be asking why. If you notice in your kitchens, when you use your tap water and you have hard water, a lot of people use water softeners for their household because there's just too much calcium being built up. But the same thing happens in ionizers. And if you can't clean the machine, it just builds up on calcium, and that calcium overheats the machine and it breaks the machine. So your lifetime warranty doesn't mean nothing. The company does not lose any money whatsoever because you had hard water. But the ionizer I have, the Japanese, because you're allowed to clean your machine, you can remove the calcium from the ionizer. Yeah, you can clean your ionizer. It's the only machine that you're able to clean your ionizer. So I clean my machine once a month to remove the calcium, and it's perfectly fine.
And it's easy to clean.
It's so easy.
It takes 5 minutes to set it up. The machine does its thing.
So easy.
Overnight, and next day you just put it back.
And you get what you paid for. This is a certified medical grade device. And the most important thing that you have to consider is your health. Because when you go to the hospital, you're not negotiating the price. They just tell you, oh, it's $5,000. Oh, at least I have medical insurance. What's your copay? $500. Oh, we need you to come in every week. Well, 10 visits is $5,000. And you can't negotiate. You You can negotiate your health. Hence why people go towards this. They negotiate their health every day when they drink this.
Mm.
But people try to put a little bit more money and consider it when they start drinking this. But then a lot of people start asking questions. What is the best bottled water? That's why I'm doing this. And we think we're doing the best. But then when you look at the live and you look at the edited videos that Evelyn and I have been producing, you start getting pissed off. It's like, I just spent $4 on this damn water, and I can actually make that with $2 for a week. This is pretty much the same. But you paid $4 instead of paying $2. Well, right now this is like $1.30, and this is about probably $1.50. But you can. How many of these do you have to drink just to get to 1 gallon? If you're supposed to drink a gallon, and this is you're supposed to drink 3 of these, that's about $4. That piles on. That piles up. So I haven't bought bottled water for drinking for years. I haven't bought bottles. Yeah, actually, I haven't bought bottled water for drinking for 7 years. How much money did I save? Shoot, I have to calculate that. But how many years have you been buying bottled water? But I tell you what, you will become a water snob. You will become the biggest water snob you have ever seen. You'll be wondering, how the hell did I drink all these damn water? But besides that, let me see. What do I drink, please? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, yes. So we have a system at home. And honestly, if you guys wanted to, honestly, ask questions. We invested in a system that we have in our kitchen to make this beautiful structured water, this alkali structured water. Honestly, if you're interested, we will answer all your questions. But the most important thing is, throughout these lives and other things, is to try to find the answer. What is the best bottled water? Because we're in the same pursuit. Because when we run out of this, when we're outside away from our homes, we don't know what the best water is. I'll put it like this. I'll put it in this perspective. This brand says they are the best. They say they are the best. I'm dealing with structured water here that I make in my kitchen, but these guys also claim to be restructured water. How much do you guys think this is?
How much they charge for this glass?
How much do you think this is?
They don't let people trick you, okay?
Yeah.
This was about what, $13?
This is $13. They say they are the best.
This is my take. This is my take.
Because they charge the most.
Even if you have the best water for the entire world and you place it in a glass container, after days, weeks, months, years, it's gonna lose the properties because water is meant to be alive, in movement. Water is not meant to be, what's the word that we call it? Still. You heard the phrase about living waters? Where are you going? Where are you going?
To answer Beatrice's question. Okay, so to save you money from this, it's equivalent to making, because if you look at the ingredients to Essentia, you'll notice that the first thing that they say is purified water by reverse osmosis, by RO. And then the second ingredient that they put in is baking soda. So, but there's also a side effect of drinking baking soda for your water. It leads towards kidney stones. So drinking alkaline water for a long period of time can lead to kidney stones. That's why when I was going through my health journey, I used to put baking soda into my water. And then when I found out that it can lead towards kidney stones, I was like, oh, that's because your body doesn't really break down the baking soda. But also, by consuming baking soda, because it is a base, there's certain organs that need to be acidic. This will destabilize your pH in the body. But when I went towards structured water, it's alkalized because of electrons, not with chemicals. It's with electrons. And when you look into your fruits and vegetables, they too are alkalized structured water. That is the big difference between the two. Or let me put it like this. This is the big difference between the two. This is alkaline through chemicals. It has ingredients. And this is alkalized by electricity. We are electricity. And look at this. Beatrice, look at this. Look at this. And this is what's going to happen. And this is one of the tests I've been testing. This is how conductive alkaline water is. You can you see that? No, you can't see that. Okay. So this is how conductive alkaline water is. It's, you don't see nothing. But I'm conductive. It's conductive. But this is not conductive. Purified water is not conductive. It doesn't turn on the light. That's the problem. So now you'll understand. I'm hoping that now you're getting a better picture that even if you use purified water and you use baking soda, it's not conductive. And it can lead you towards kidney stones and destabilize your pH in the body. So that's why I went here. Because this is with electricity, and it doesn't decalibrate my pH. It actually restabilizes all my pHs. So it keeps my stomach acid. It keeps my blood alkaline at 7.3.
4.3, I think it is.
I think it's 3 something. 2.6. Yeah, it's slightly alkaline. 3.6. I'll have to look it up again. So that's why when I was suggesting, because you're dealing with mucus and things, watermelons. Watermelons is also structured water. It doesn't have a lot of antioxidants like this, but it has structured water in it. And it's so much better than this. 10-fold better than this. Because when I put this in watermelon juice, this thing will light up. Heck, I even got this. I got this nice little lemon. Nature is conductive. So that's why this is man-made. It's man-made. So that's why. That's everything that's up. So it's now getting to that time where we have to say farewell for now. So please follow Evelyn, Hydration Angel, and if you have more questions, you can always contact me through the Alkalize Man, and either on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I love answering questions because a lot of us are truth seekers. We're trying to find the truth. We're trying to find the best for our health. And the better that the more informed we are, the better we are. And that's what I was doing over the years. And so far, I have to tell you, this has been the best investment I've ever done in my entire life. And don't go through eBay, don't go through Amazon, because you miss out the whole thing. Go straight to the manufacturer. And we can help answer these questions and steer you towards the manufacturer. Because the cool thing is, the manufacturer, they do their business through word of mouth. So it helps us to help you guys, to help you, basically. So hopefully that helped answer some of your questions. And if you have further questions, please message us. So I would say have a beautiful evening. Stay healthy and be an alkalized human. Till then, peace.
Thank you, guys. Have a beautiful evening. Stay tuned. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Beatrice. I'll reach out to you right now. Much love. See you soon. Bye.
Barbara. Life starts, Manny, sending love. Ah, that's nice.